I work at Ball Corporation. I'm an executive there, and we are a global manufacturer. We're the largest manufacturer of aluminum cans in the world, and we also manufacture aerosol and food cans and products. And we also manufacture. We also are a supplier of aerospace instruments. We are a predominantly male company, so we have about 80% of our employees globally are traditional white males, and we have what I know is that if you took kind of our employees and split them up, women tend to be in more administrative positions and like HR. A lot of the women are in HR, a lot of in finance, not so much in engineering or IT. In our manufacturing environments, we have a lot of manufacturing plants, people who are producing cans. And in those environments, we find that the men tend to migrate more towards the mechanical, more technical types of jobs, and women tend towards, again, highly administrative or quality jobs. The challenge is that the jobs that the men migrate towards are ones that lead to more money and also bigger roles. So it's a better path to leadership. So a lot of times in corporate America, if you're not in charge of a profit and loss statement or a P&L, it's hard to get up in leadership, and a lot of women tend to take the more administrative HR paths, which can be limiting for future opportunities, for future board positions. So an opportunity came up recently where we had in our business in Europe, they needed someone to go and fill a position, and I said, I'd love to do it. I'm really interested. I think I'm really qualified. And I was told they were going to choose a man instead because he wasn't married with children, and so it was less expensive for him to go. And I became part of the leadership team. There was only one other female exec in our company's history. We've been in business for 136 years, and we had one female leader, executive leader. I was the second. To which our CFO remarked, "Oh, you've doubled our numbers." And so we find that a lot of times I would say it's hard to be the only woman in the room. One time I shared with my other members of the executive team when they were asking we were talking about gendered diversity, and they said, what's it like? And I said, well, imagine you walked into this meeting room. We meet in the boardroom. Imagine you walked into the boardroom and so we have 17 white males, 2 women, and 1 African American. I said, imagine you walked into this room and you saw 17 women in the room, or you saw 17 African Americans in the room. I said, your first thought would be, I'm in the wrong room. And I said, well, that's what it feels like every time I walk into the room. So I think that even at a company like Ball, where people really, really mean well and really, are all trying to do great stuff for a great company, there's so much history here that we've got to find ways to not get in our own way. Probably the time that was, to me, the most striking, example of a man would never, ever, ever experience what I experienced was when I was back east. I was working for a consulting firm, and I was up in Boston. We were going to get married, and my family lives in New Jersey, and so we were trying to live near one of our families, and an opportunity came up in one of our offices, which is they were opening a new practice in New Jersey. So I was living in Boston, wanted to go start to practice in New Jersey. Now, I was amazing. I was a total rock star at this company. I was a super high performer, super high potential. Everyone told me that, and I knew it. I knew that I could do this job, and I knew I was qualified, and I had all these wonderful examples. So I went to the head of the region, and I said, Mike, I want to go start up the practice in New Jersey. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. I can do this. I know it'd be great. And he looked at me and he said, and you'd get to be near your mommy and daddy. Last week, one of our female executives in a meeting, she kept getting interrupted by these 2 guys who worked for her. And this one guy, she said, well, here's what we want to do. And then he's like, let me repeat what you just said. And we were all like, why is he repeating what she said? He's like, and then let me use this as a stepping off point. And I was like, you're totally trying to steal her ideas. And I went and I said to her, I said, did you see what he's doing? Women are working, we have to work double time, and that's another thing. Workplaces aren't always supportive of moms. And I think, granted, it's 2017. A lot of dads pitch in. A lot of guys want to be involved in the child rearing. And the reality is women still do most of the work. So it is still harder, any way you slice it, to be a woman in the workplace.